Hi, this is attorney Adam Sherwin of the Sherwin Law Firm. My website is www.sherwinlawfirm.com. I'm a Massachusetts foreclosure defense attorney. I've helped many homeowners avoid foreclosure and save their homes. And I want to talk to you today about some of the options that are available for a homeowner facing a foreclosure. Because a lawyer is presenting this, you know, of course, there is going to be a disclaimer. This is all for informational purposes only. Please don't take any of this as legal advice. You should always consult an attorney before you make any legal decisions. First option for avoiding foreclosure is really the most obvious. It's paying off the debt. If you owe generally a foreclosure happens because a homeowner owes money on the loan, and if you're able to pay it back, you can generally avoid a foreclosure. This option is available for homeowners who have the means of doing so. You can pursue a repayment plan with your lender, or what's often called a workout, where you're able to negotiate some sort of way of paying back that outstanding debt. Massachusetts also has a right to cure period, where the lender has to give you an opportunity to pay up and cure your debt before the foreclosure happens. Keep in mind, however, that even if you pay off the debt, the loan itself won't be changed. And if you weren't able to pay it before, you may find yourself back in the same situation again. So if the loan really isn't affordable to you, you want to give very serious thought to the next option for avoiding foreclosure, and that's a loan modification. Loan modification is a restructuring of a loan. It's where the lender agrees to change the terms of a loan to make it a little more affordable to you. The provisions often allow for the term to be extended, the interest rate to be dropped, and a portion of your balance to be either forgiven or forbeared to be put at the end of the loan to make the payment a little better. I always say that a loan modification should always be the first course for any homeowner that's struggling with their loan modification. Under recent federal regulations, a loan servicer generally is not allowed to go ahead with a foreclosure while an application is pending. This is a pretty detailed regulation. It's not going to apply for repeated loan modification applications, but generally the servicer will hold off a foreclosure if there is a pending application. I often get asked about whether you need an attorney to do a loan modification. Loan modification is 90% paperwork. If you feel that you can handle the paperwork and follow up on it, then you can absolutely do it yourself. But if you don't have the time for it, or you just don't feel comfortable doing it, a good attorney can absolutely handle it for you. There's also nonprofits and other different homeowner resources which are often available for helping with a loan modification. Bankruptcy is another option for avoiding a foreclosure sale. With bankruptcy comes a provision known as the automatic stay. It prevents any creditor from going ahead and taking any legal action against you, which specifically includes a foreclosure sale. If you're facing a foreclosure sale and you file a bankruptcy, by law they have to stop the foreclosure sale. They do have a right to go to court and ask the court for permission to go ahead with the foreclosure, and they will do that if they're able to. So bankruptcy generally isn't a long-term solution. It's not going to continuously put off the foreclosure sale. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're running out of time and you're facing a sale, you should absolutely consider a bankruptcy, and certainly speak to a bankruptcy attorney about that. As a long-run plan, bankruptcy has mixed results. If you owe too much on your loan, generally the bankruptcy won't allow you to fix a long-term problem. Bankruptcy usually requires a long-term payment plan to work out a foreclosure and to avoid it permanently. So generally, I haven't seen bankruptcy be all too effective as a long-term solution, but if you find yourself in a position where you need something done about the foreclosure, bankruptcy certainly is an option. The final option that I discussed for avoiding a foreclosure is a civil lawsuit. If you find yourself in a position where you're just not getting results about your case and about your foreclosure, and you feel that the servicer just isn't helping you, you can certainly consider a civil lawsuit. A civil lawsuit comes with the option of asking for what's called an injunction, where the court will actually prohibit the foreclosure for going forward. To do that, though, you have to show that the underlying foreclosure, the attempt of doing a foreclosure, is wrong, that they made some mistake, or that they're not doing something properly. The court isn't just going to stop a foreclosure just because a lawsuit is filed. If you feel that you're in a situation where you do need a legal recourse, such as a lawsuit, you absolutely want to speak to a foreclosure defense attorney. Don't try to do a civil lawsuit by yourself or do an injunction by yourself. It's really just too complex. I've seen many people try to do their own lawsuits. And generally, it doesn't work out in their favor. But this is an option, and if you find yourself facing a foreclosure, you absolutely want to speak to an attorney. I want to thank you again so much for looking at this presentation. I do want to emphasize one very important point. If you are looking to save your home, stopping a foreclosure is your immediate concern. There are options available for fighting a foreclosure after it's happened, but you being pre-foreclosure, stopping one in the first place is always the best position you can be in. That's always your best chance at finding a long-run solution. So the options I discussed, these are all ways of stopping a foreclosure. But certainly speak to a foreclosure defense attorney if you need this assistance or you're looking for any sort of advice. I want to thank you again so much for listening to my presentation. This has been Adam Sherwin. I'm a foreclosure defense attorney in Massachusetts. My website is www.sherwinlawfirm.com. As part of my website, I have numerous resources available about foreclosure defense, so I certainly encourage you to check them out, and I hope that you find them helpful to you. And certainly if you are looking for assistance or need representation, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.